They did it again.
Oh,
We are live, and hi everyone.
hello.
Welcome. Um, so we are going to go in a little holding pattern right here as everyone signs in, and I'm gonna see if it is possible for me to check the settings. We just had a little technical issue. As everyone joins in, Carly's going to chat for a second while I am going to back out of the studio and see if it's possible for us to make some space for this recording. But I think I would have to end the broadcast and start it over again, and that's too late to do that. Shoot. You know what? We are on YouTube. We're being recorded on YouTube, and we will just have to pull the audio from there. And we'll deal with it later. So we're moving on.
It always works
In
out.
three, two,
Michael.
one. Hi, everyone. You get to see a little bit of the behind the scenes wonderful world of StreamYard. StreamYard does not warn you that you are out of space until you're already out of space.
Oh, great.
But it's all good. It's all good because we're just going to pull the feed off of YouTube. And we are going to say hello to some folks in the chat. It looks like Alex. Alex, can't see you. Hi, we can see you. And Wiser, welcome back. Going to the pool. Oh,
Oh,
okay. Well, I hope you're watching from the pool.
yes.
Uh,
You can do that.
and Smalls 411 is here for the Nope news. Yes,
Yeah.
we will be definitely talking about Nope for sure. So hang in there to the end of the show. Michael, welcome back. What's going on, Michael? Yes, thank you for joining us for yet another episode. And I saw your pictures from Arcade Monsters in
Yes.
Melbourne, and that seems like an awesome retro arcade.
It
Melbourne,
really did.
Florida. I'm gonna check that out next time I'm over there. Hello to Hassan Terrell. Welcome. And in Derek's corner, we've got Blossom and Terry. Welcome back as always. Brian is heading to California in
Nice.
3 weeks. Oh, going on a tour of the Sony studios. Excellent.
Ooh.
I've been to the Paramount Studios and obviously Universal, but never Sony. Please let us know how that trip is. All right. Well, welcome everyone. We've got 30 people in the chat. So let's just go ahead and kick this thing off in 3, 2, 1, go.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 147 of the Attractions Podcast. I am Seth.
And I'm Carly.
And we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. And I don't have a lot to share about theme parks in my life this week because I have seen nothing but the inside of my house. I unfortunately finally tested positive for COVID right after 4th of July. I didn't even go anywhere. I did not go to a theme park for fireworks. I did not go out partying, nothing. I've been very quiet, wear a mask everywhere, but it still hit me. I've seen a lot of television. We could chat about the Stranger Things finale and other things we've watched, but other than that, I have been hibernating. So Carly, it's up to you for me to live vicariously. How was your week?
It was great. I checked off a really big theme park bucket list and went to Holiday World for the first time.
I saw some of your tweets. It looked fantastic. Before we jump into the news, please, for folks who don't know where Holiday World is or haven't been, give us a little glimpse. What was it like?
So it is in Santa Claus, Indiana, not too far from like Bowling Green, Kentucky, a couple hours north of Nashville, Tennessee. It is a wonderful fever dream town. Everything is Santa related because of the name. It used to be Santa Claus Land. And then to kind of get introduced to more holidays, they changed it to Holiday World when they added Halloween and 4th of July and Thanksgiving.
And this has been around a long time. I believe that they might even have been there since before Disneyland, right?
Yes, 40. Yeah, so they're one of America's first true like themed parks.
Mhm.
Granted, it was a much smaller scale. It was more like animal exhibits and stuff in
Mhm.
the early days, but it was incredible. I think I have a new favorite wooden roller coaster after going on the voyage.
I have heard nothing but good things about the
It
voyage. Yes.
was relentless, and when it's so long too. When you
Mhm.
think it's over, it starts again, and it was relentless. That's the only way to say it, but so exhilarating. The food was incredible. We had their iconic Thanksgiving dinner.
Ah.
Amazing. And if you get a chance to go, it is very affordable. Everything in the town was really affordable. Like we went out to dinner and we're like, oh, wow, a dinner entree for $7. And it was
Right?
really good. It's just all
It's
mom
like inflation hasn't shown up in Indiana yet, right?
Yes, exactly. And I was
And
like,
they still have free soft drinks.
free soft drinks. I don't really drink a lot of soda, but the game changer was there were so many and they all had water. And it
Ah.
was about 110 degrees when
Mm.
we visited on Thursday. Everywhere I turned, there was a place to refill my water bottle. And that to me was just, it made a big difference because I drink so much water, as you see
Mhm.
with my massive cup that I always have. So at Disney, I am always like so thirsty, and those little freebie cups don't do it. And I feel like that was a really big game changer. But the coasters are amazing, and it's one of the only parks I've found that's been able to kind of expand with the growing demands of an audience that wants thrills but has the charm, and it feels authentic.
Now this
Feel
might have only been an insane rumor, but is it true that they have a Sally Dark ride where you whistle at turkeys?
Yes, it does. Yes. So I I actually went on a few times because I couldn't believe it. It was incredible. I loved
Love
it.
it. Love it.
I
Love it.
shot a POV that should be going up on attractions
Yes.
any
Excellent.
minute
Can't wait.
now. So yes, check out. But it's incredible. Go if you can. The merch is amazing. Everything's great.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Someday I am going to do a whole Midwest bucket list tour of all of those parks in the middle of the country that I have always flown over.
Yeah.
Someday. Well, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the news. First up, more character dining experiences are finally returning to Walt Disney World. It's been a long couple of years, but characters are coming back to the Crystal Palace and the Magic Kingdom, Ohana Breakfast, and other spots around Walt Disney World, and it is about time.
Yes, this is big, especially the Cape May Cafe, bringing back their minis breakfast. Of course, Ohana is such a family staple. I don't think it's the best, maybe breakfast food wise on the list, but people love it. And when you hug that character again for the first time, it really is emotional.
So I got to say, I have a friend who has been a server at the Crystal Palace
Mm.
in Disney since the early 80s. He's he's been there 40 years. And he's not even close to being the most senior person there. I
I
mean, there are
believe it.
people who have been servers there since 71. And the pandemic was really hard on those guys because they switched from being a buffet to having to actually serve all the food,
Mhm.
and they lost the characters. So you've got all of these guests who are paying a huge amount of money for food that's not all that great.
Right.
They're now having to wait for it, and they're not getting the characters that came along with it. And they didn't lower the prices
No.
much. So I mean, the servers have been under a lot of stress for the last couple of years. So if nothing else, I'm really happy for them that they're getting back to normal operations. It is called a buffet again, and it is a buffet. I personally, as a guest, kind of liked when the buffets became family service
Oh,
or
yeah.
family style, and you weren't lining up and all sharing the same trays. But buffets are back. The prime rib, the ravioli, the peel and eat shrimp that people love, all back starting September 20th, along with Winnie the Pooh and his 100-acre woods friends. That's at the Magic Kingdom. September 27th is the date for characters to be back at Ohana's Best Friends Breakfast, and that's Lilo and Stitch, of course, at the Poly. And October 4th is the date for Cape May Cafe's Mini Beach Bash Breakfast. Obviously, Minnie and Donald and Goofy. And of course, you got the Mickey and Minnie waffles, and those salted caramel beach buns are back.
Yes, this is exciting. Like you said, I am going to miss the family style. I had a meal at Horseshoe on October 1st when it was still doing the family style. It was delicious. And I was like, wow, this is great. Not a huge buffet person, but I know this is such a popular option for people really looking to, maybe they do that one big meal of the day and they eat a ton and fill up for the rest. So I could see it being of value and of interest to so many people.
Yeah, amen. If you are going to do one of these, I suggest like a 48-hour fast beforehand so you can really get your money's worth. Really got to, pack everything in there if you're going to get good value out of one of these. Anyway, you can head to Walt Disney World's website and start booking reservations and or through the mobile app. And obviously, you are going to want reservations because these things are going to be slammed once they reopen. Next up, Duffy, the Disney Bear's newest friend, is coming to Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, where starting September 9th, you are going to be able to meet Lena Bell the Fox, joining her friends Duffy, Shelly Mae, Gelatoni, Stella Lou, Olamel, and Cookie Ann as the super adorable kawaii creatures take over yet another Disney theme park.
I am here for this. I love them so much. It is just pure joy. I am Olumel Stan. I think he is awesome. I love that the Polynesian brings in a lot of his merch. So I partake in that a lot since I obviously haven't been able to make it over to Asia. So I am happy to see yet another character being added to the friend group.
So because you are a self-admitted stan, you obviously know Lena Bell's whole backstory, I'm sure. Duffy the Disney Bear was following a butterfly through the forest, got lost, and she used her special magnifying glass to help him get back home. So yes, she is a detective. She's like the Nancy Drew of Duffy's crew.
Yes, I love the way they describe her. She's like gentle-natured, so the fox-like tendencies, but then she just has this little curiosity. So I think she'll round out the friend group really well.
So if you do make it over to Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, you're going to be able to do a meet and greet with her, obviously buy some exclusive merchandise. More on that's going to be announced next month. There's going to be entertainment, which means food that is so adorable that you won't want to eat it. And of course, also Hong Kong Disneyland's hotel is going to have a Lena Bell themed overlay in select rooms, as well as some arts and crafts workshops.
Yeah, I love this. And so she's already actually made her debut at Shanghai Disney. So you can see some pics on socials. I've seen some people post, and then she's going to debut at Tokyo Disney Sea on September 8th.
Yep. And obviously these are kind of confined to the Asian Disney parks. They kind of made an attempt to bring them into Epcot a few years ago. Didn't go over all that great, but who knows? Maybe they'll make another run at it someday. Next up, zombie dance parties are taking over Disney Springs and Downtown Disney, August 5th through 14th in Walt Disney World, and July 29th through 31st in Disneyland Resort, and it is all to celebrate the release of Disney's Zombie 3 on Disney+.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. Zombie, the first one, is one of my favorite Disney Channel movies. So this third one is actually going to be the final in the series. And I love that they're kind of doing some park activations to get people hyped. It is a little curious that they're doing these after the movie comes out, because I believe it's coming out July 15th. So very, very soon. So these are a little bit ways out after.
Yeah, if you subscribe to Disney Plus, you'll be able to watch it starting on July 15th. But for folks who only have the Disney Channel, that's going to be available to them starting on August 2nd. So what they're doing is putting together a show called Zombeats Bash. It's a 20-minute stage show. It's a sing-along with music from all three of the Zombies films. And there's also going to be a photo op. And It's going to be taking place in downtown Disney at Disneyland. It's going to be at set times, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Disney Springs here in Walt Disney World. It's going to be at the Marketplace stage, and the show times haven't been announced yet, so I would keep an eye on the website or the mobile app. And I gotta confess, I'm a big fan of all things zombies, but I have never seen a Disney zombie. Um,
You have
so
to see it.
I
It's
might
like
I might have to catch up on
Yes.
the trilogy.
Watch the first one at least. It is like
All right,
star-crossed lovers, Grease style. It's really good.
all right. And I assume since this is on Disney, it's not particularly gory. They don't actually
No,
eat brains. These zombies, are they
no,
all like vegan zombies?
they're more lovable.
All right. Next up, DISCON 2022 is an after-hours party at Epcot that is going to benefit Give Kids the World. It is coming to the Coronado Springs Resort this September, and if you attend, you can both raise money for critically ill children and get to ride Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, this is a win-win, and I love that it is taking place on October 1st. So that's Epcot's 40th anniversary.
Mhm.
It's going to be from 10:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. And the tickets aren't too bad for an after-hours event like this. It's $199 per person, but you also get the tax deduction of $80, and that's going to be given to Give Kids the World.
Yeah. The party is going to include being able to ride Guardians of the Galaxy as well as Test Track and Mission Space. So it sounds like you're going to be confined to that section of the park. But there's going to be some character meet and greets, exclusive entertainment, enhanced dessert party offerings, and best of all, you know that you are contributing towards a really great cause.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, if you want to purchase those tickets, head on over to gktw.com. All right, moving away from Disney news, 3 new DC superheroes have made their debut at Warner Brothers World in Abu Dhabi. For the first time ever, Aquaman, Mira, and Supergirl can be met in the flesh at the Warner Brothers theme park in the Middle East.
Wow, this is really cool. So they are joining, kind of making their inaugural appearances in celebration of what they have going on now, which is the summertime superhero season.
Yeah, it kicked off on July 5th, and they have in-park activities, live entertainment, and the feature is the new meet and greets with these 3 characters. And it looks like Aquaman and Mira's meet and greet is a story-driven experience that includes some special effects.
Ooh, yeah. So if you are a superhero fan, I think now is the time, maybe, to go to the United Arab Emirates. And
I've been trying to convince my wife that when we do our trip out to Asia, we should work in a layover through here, because I have heard really good things about this park in particular. I know a lot of really talented people who worked on design, people who had also worked for Disney and Universal, and if nothing else, they have a Batman ride that is like the next generation of Forbidden Journey that
Yep.
I would love to check out. The costume design we could discuss for this park. It's a really interesting. It's like they took kind of the DC Universe films and also the Arrowverse TV shows and a little bit of the comic books and mashed them all together. So it's not kind of based on any particular iteration. It's sort of like a mashup of different versions of the characters. It's kind of interesting.
Yes. Well, you'll have to go over there and see.
Yeah. Brian Sager pointed out that Thinkwell Group, who is a really great design company, did a lot of work on that, and they've gotten really a lot of praise for it. So someday we'll make it over there. Speaking of Warner Brothers, if you're not heading all the way to Abu Dhabi, you can head on over to Hollywood and check out the new Warner Brothers Studio Tours Classics Made Here tour. It is a new guided tour that is been added to their existing tours, focusing on the classic films made at the Warner Brothers studio.
Yeah, I thought this was really cool. I haven't been there since they did all those updates in the pandemic era, but I could tell you I loved it so much when I had gone there before. And I'm excited to see some of the offerings in this new Classics Made here. They have one of the last existing set piece from Casablanca, which
Yeah.
I'm sure people would love to see in the flesh.
Yeah, so they already have tours that you can
Yeah.
take, but the tours that they've been doing previously, they touched briefly on some of the classics, but they focused a lot on more modern films like Harry Potter or the superhero movies. Is really tailored for people who are into things like The Music Man, Bonnie and Clyde, and Rebel Without a Cause. And they'll even ask you at the beginning of the tour what some of your favorite old classics are, and they will be sure to point out those locations. Yeah, like you said, one of the big highlights is this bakery facade that is the last physical set left from Casablanca, and was also in the Betty Davis film Now Voyager. They have an amazing collection of outdoor sets and also sound stages, and you can go to these sound stages and see a history of the famous films and TV shows that were shot on them. So if you are, fan of the kind of Turner Classic Movies era of filmmaking, there's still a lot of great history that you can explore.
Right. I love that they're doing this because there are so many people that just want to learn about, old school Hollywood and maybe don't care about Harry Potter. And that's fine because there
Yep.
is kind of not a generation limit, but there's a lot of people coming that want to learn about this.
Yeah. And if maybe you've been there and done the one tour before, this is an opportunity to go back and see a whole different side of the studio. A lot of great costumes on display, and of course, there's still plenty of modern things that you get to see. For instance, they recently relocated the iconic Friends fountain,
Ooh, yes.
so that now folks can take a picture with it. And Brian mentioned in our chat, if you are a Harry Potter fan, you can buy bottled butterbeer at the Warner Brothers Hollywood tour and bring it home. So
Oh,
that's something special. All right. So if you want more information, you can head on over to wbstudiotour.com. And our friend Jeff, who produces this podcast, actually did a full tour and has a really detailed review of it. So go ahead to our website and read that. Next up, the summer of more at Gaylord Resorts is almost all about the water parks. Now through September 5th, Gaylord Resorts, 5 of them across the country, are inviting guests to enjoy their water adventures, their live entertainment, and their culinary creations.
yes. I can attest. I just did this summer experience at the Gaylord Opryland, which is in Nashville, to experience their indoor water parks, sound waves, and just all the great dining. These resorts are like top-notch Disney level immersive properties that you could just go to for maybe a 2-night stay and never leave because there's so much to do.
Yeah, the Gaylord Opryland, as you mentioned, they have a Soundwaves indoor and outdoor water park that's got a flow rider. It's got lazy rivers. It's quite a water park.
It
But
is.
what I'm really curious about is that they've got this thing called Battle for the Blue Diamond Boat Ride.
Yes.
They've got an indoor river, the Delta
Yes.
River, running through their atrium. They've, like a lot of the Gaylord Palms, like the one here in Orlando, has a huge atrium with themed areas, jungles, and everything inside. And you can take a 30-minute pirate-themed adventure along the river. That is, a theme park attraction inside a hotel. It's pretty
Yes,
amazing.
and they have incredible live actors. I didn't do it, but I watched it. We had dinner right along the water, so you could see firsthand this going on. They have music, special effects lighting, and just like awesome, really live actors. It's definitely very kid friendly, but it's a really cool, neat thing.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, the one here in Orlando, the Gaylord Palms here, they recently opened their Cypress Springs water park, and it's got a new Crystal River Rapids water adventure. And they, if you head on over to Gaylord Texan, They've got Paradise Springs, which is a 10-acre outdoor recreation area, including a pool and a lazy river and a walk-in beach. And they're also doing some kid-friendly junior chefs camps to let kids learn how to bake pirate and princess cupcakes.
Yes, very family friendly. And I think that they
Mhm.
do a really nice job of there's so much for adults with really high end dining, steakhouses, but they really make the kids a part of it.
Yep. More Gaylords are located in the Rockies, and also there's the Gaylord National, and that is in the Washington, D.C. area. And you can find out more about all of these at Marriott.com. These activities are going on throughout the summer. So if you live in the area of one of these, makes for a great staycation.
Mhm.
And now we've got a little bit of sad news or happy news, depending
No.
on your point of view. It's your last chance to ride Wildcat at Hershey Park because the wooden roller coaster is going to close on July 31st, and there are hints about what might be coming in the future that we are about to talk about. We're going to pour one.
Devastated.
Got to pour one out here for the Wildcat, and I think we should talk a little bit of history of the Wildcat. I know you're a big Hershey Park fan,
Yes.
like I am, and this is a coaster that I've ridden many times over the years. It opened back in 1996. Um, and I believe this was one of the first, if not the first, coaster from GCI, Great Coasters International, which went on to build things like Thunderhead at Dollywood, Gwazi at Busch Gardens, the White Lightning at Fun Spot. And they've got a long track record.
Yep.
I remember when this came out, it was a big deal.
Yes.
And wooden roller coasters were considered at that kind of boring, and they were old fashioned, and they were not as thrilling as the steel coasters that were coming out in that era. And then this came out, and it was crazy. It was wild. It was a lot faster, a lot steeper, a lot more twisty than any wooden coaster I had been on at that time. And for a few years, it had a really great reputation. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what your first experience with Wildcat
I
was like.
went shortly after, so we would always go Mother's Day weekend in like every year growing up. So I went shortly after it opened. I loved it. I still love it. I still ride it. It is, you can see the way it's situated in the park. If you haven't been to Hershey Park, is it's on the corner. So as you're driving by, you see it. It's towering. It is very a large presence. I love it. I love wooden roller coasters. It is wild, but after doing like the Voyage and the Legend at Holiday World, I still think Wildcat is like child's play compared to those.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe the coaster's gotten old, or maybe I've just gotten old. My last few experiences with Wildcat were not pleasant. They were very rough, very rough. And this went through a similar evolution that Gwazi did, where it got increasingly shaky. They tried bringing in Millennium Flyer trains a few years ago to make it smoother, which helped very briefly, but it just not a comfortable ride, not something that you want to re-ride. It's the kind of thing that I would do once a year and then be like, why did I do that to myself?
Yeah.
So
It's
the rumor
sad,
is that we might see this become an RMC with a topper track, similar to how Gwazi was turned into Iron Gwazi. And if that's the case, I'm all for it. I have enjoyed what they did to Gwazi so much.
Right. See, I'm hearing that they're fully taking it down, but we won't know for a while. I know we won't know for a while. I'm hearing that it's just it's too far gone.
Yeah.
I know a lot of, if you can always go on this ride, like it's really sad. I love it. I still go on it, but it really has a weight because it just has that reputation of just really killing your joints.
And here's the thing, you've got two other really good wooden coasters in that park. You've got the Lightning Racers, which I find more enjoyable
Yeah.
than Wildcat.
Mhm.
And you've got Comet, which is just classic. Like
Super
that
fun
one,
time.
that one I can do over and over. I don't care if that one's rough. It's a fun kind of rough to
Mhm.
me. It's not a painful kind of rough. So they've still got two great wooden coasters, and I guess we're just gonna have to watch this spot and see what happens to it. But I don't know. I know I'm not gonna make it out there before the 31st to get in the last ride, and I'm
Oh.
okay with that. I'm okay.
So I am going to be in New Jersey this week visiting family, and
All right,
I have entertained the idea of us driving in for the day to go on it. So I
go for it.
do want to go on one more ride, but we'll see.
All right. Let me know how that works
Yeah.
out. Well, coming back to Florida, Lunar Launch Camp is bringing a weekend of space-themed fun to Legoland, Florida. This happened on July 9th and 10th. If you're listening to this live, you've still got a few hours to run over there. It's free with park admission. And it is the first time ever that Miniland USA has hosted this 2-day event because they finally got their canopy. You
Yes,
finally have shade in Miniland.
much needed. That is a game changer.
For sure. So yeah, this event had interactive stations with space painting and a photo booth, at building a mosaic and a telescope. Kids can earn special badges. And if you're interested in this, you probably also want to set your calendar for November 2nd because that is when the Pirates River Quest, that's the next big attraction at Legoland. That is when that is opening up.
Exciting times there.
Yep. LegolandFlorida.com is the place to go for more information. And for our final piece of news in the queue, if you are in Las Vegas, I hope that you are at the Fashion Show Mall on July 8th because that was the grand opening of Hello Kitty Cafe on the Las Vegas Strip.
Yes, this looks really cool. I haven't gone to any of the pop-ups, but Sanrio Pureland in Asia is on my bucket list of parks to visit. Hello Kitty's just adorable. How can you not love her? And I think Vegas, specifically the Fashion Show Mall, is the perfect place for this cafe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great location, and this new shop, they had their grand opening on the 8th, as I mentioned, and they did giveaways for the first 100 guests. But you can get food, you can get drinks, sweets and cupcakes and donuts. And of course, there's plenty of merch, mugs and T-shirts, and it is all super adorable. The cafe is now open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Monday through Thursday, or 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. Sundays, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Next time I am in Vegas, I need to try one of their milk teas.
Yes.
And the little cakes shaped like Hello Kitty
Yes, that was
are
what I was eyeing.
too cute to eat.
Mhm.
As you mentioned, they previously had a pop-up at the Park MGM, and there's a Hello Kitty Grand Cafe in Irvine, California, along with some food trucks that they tour around the country.
Very cool.
Yep. And if you want any more information about this or other Hello Kitty activities, Sanrio.com. All right. Well, before I think that is all that we had for this week's news in the queue. And I think now we are just going to jump right into this week's main attraction.
Bringing you your top news story of the week. Whether from your backyard or from around the world, it's time for the main attraction.
All right, this week's main attraction, Universal Studios Hollywood, is adding Nope, the set from Jupiter's Claim from the upcoming Jordan Peele film, is coming to the studio tour starting July 22nd.
Yes, this is so exciting. That is one of my favorite things about Universal Studios Hollywood. And this is actually going to be a permanent addition to the tour. So it is not coming just for a little while. This is going to be a full permanent addition that's going to be debuting in tandem with the theatrical release of the film.
Yes, yeah, the movie comes out on the 22nd. We know it's going to be scary. We know it involves a black family that owns a movie ranch and is involved in movie making, and that they have that Jupiter's Claim is sort of a tourist attraction
Mhm.
in the context of the movie, and they've taken the actual sets used to make the movie and just transported them over here, rebuilt the set so it is as authentic as it can get to the film. We don't know entirely what guests are going to experience as the tram drives through here. I personally would not be surprised if there are some live actors involved in this, because
I hope.
Universal has been known to use those in the movie sets along the tour. When this first started getting constructed, I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is just part of the Terror Tram. This is only part of Halloween Horror Nights."
Right.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope is here to stay. Um, and there's also, on a completely unrelated note, this is located at almost the end of the tour. It is immediately before the Fast and Furious experience, which is the finale of the tour. But there's a lot of very credible rumors that Universal is going to be building a Fast and the Furious roller coaster in Hollywood that will replace the Fast and the Furious tram experience. So this would be a good, get a new finale in there before you shut down the old finale is a smart move. So I am excited. I can't wait for someone. I personally will not be there on the 22nd, but hopefully we will have someone out there very shortly to bring back some footage and spoil it.
Yes, please.
But I'm glad to see that they are not forgetting about the tram tour. Every few years when there's talk about expanding Universal Hollywood or making it more of a resort destination, and people talk about, well, where can they build, where can they put things, and there was always talk like, well, we could get rid of this part of the tram tour, that part of the tram tour.
No.
Tram tour to me is Universal Hollywood.
Right.
Anything else at Universal Hollywood you can get as good or better in another theme park somewhere, but no one does the tram tour.
Mhm.
No one else. So the fact that they're making it bigger, making it better, that's good news to me.
Same here. I love it so much. I run it all the time, and I love it. So this is exciting, and will be sad if they get rid of the Fast and the Furious part because it is so ridiculous. But you can always do it at Orlando.
Yes, that's unfortunately probably going to live on for quite a while in Orlando. Fingers crossed we can get rid of that someday, but they got to get a return on that capital investment before it goes away. So yeah, I am more intrigued to see Nope now that I know that it is part of the future of the tram tour. So
Right. And
and
it's
of
a horror
course,
film at a theme park. We have to see it.
yes. All right. Well, and speaking of horror films in a theme park, Freaky is now on HBO Max. And so that is coming to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights on both coasts as part of the Horrors of Blumhouse.
Mhm.
And I can give that a big thumbs up.
Ooh.
It is a horror remake of Freaky Friday, as strange as that sounds.
Yes.
And Vince Vaughn is really, really funny in it.
I like
I haven't said that about him in anything in a long time. So, yeah, I give that a thumbs up. So that just about wraps up this week's edition. Before we go, I want to remind everyone, please head on over to Apple Podcasts, give us a review, and also please leave us a rating on Spotify. If you want to hear more coverage from us and Attractions Magazine on the interwebs, You can find me personally once I recover from this COVID. I'll be out and about on Twitter at the UG Series or at the Unofficial Guides on Instagram, and you can find my books at theunofficialguides.com. Carly, where can folks find you?
Yes, I am on Twitter at Carly Caramana, and on Instagram I am Adventures by Carly, and I will be heading to Avengers Campus at Disneyland Paris very soon.
So
and
jelly.
yes, I will be posting everything on there.
Oh, fantastic. I will definitely be following that. And if you want to follow Attractions Magazine, you can find us at attractionsmagazine.com, at Attractions on Twitter, on Instagram at Attractions Magazine, and on youtube.com/Attractions Magazine. Until next week, I hope that all of you folks stay safe and healthy, unlike me. Try something new, but most importantly, have fun.
Yes.
And we will see you all next time.
Bye.